In this video, we're going to explore 8 of the best mutual funds which are known to pay dividends regularly. We'll also discuss how dividends are paid through mutual funds. Most mutual funds hold at least some stocks that pay a dividend. Because of that, they collect some dividend income that must be distributed to investors on a proportional basis at least once each year. How are dividends paid by mutual funds? A basket of securities, including stocks or equities that could pay dividends, is frequently included in mutual funds. Shareholders receive dividend payments at various intervals. For instance, mutual funds that adhere to a dividend reinvestment plan reinvest the dividend amount into the stocks. By continuing to accumulate dividend income over a monthly, quarterly, or occasionally 6-month period and then making a periodic dividend payment to account holders, other funds adhere to the dividend payment plan. After expenses, a fund pays out earnings. These costs may be entirely or partially covered by dividend income if the fund's constituent stocks that pay dividends generate a consistent yield. Dividend income may be tax-free in your area, which would increase your overall return as an investor. Additionally, investors should be aware that companies are not required to pay dividends on their stock, so dividends are not assured. Dividend-paying mutual funds may be a better option for investors seeking dividend income than individual stocks, as the latter pool the available dividend income from various stocks. A mutual fund's ability to spread investment capital among numerous businesses also helps to reduce the risk of falling stock prices. Here are our top 8 mutual funds that pay a regular dividend. Number 1. The Vanguard High Dividend Yield Index Admiral Shares, VBIGX. The VBIGX is an index fund attempts to replicate the performance of the FTSE High Dividend Yield Index. This index contains stocks of companies, which usually pay higher than expected, or greater than average, dividends. Being an index fund, the VBIGX replicates the benchmark stock constituents in the same proportion. This fund has maintained a consistent history of paying quarterly dividends since its inception on February 7, 2019. Being an index fund, this has one of the lowest expense ratios of 0.08%, as of February 25, 2022, and SEC yield was 2.70%, as of May 31, 2022. The fund has a $3,000 minimum investment requirement, as of July 1, 2022. It may be a perfect low-cost fund for anyone looking for higher than average dividend income. For investors looking for a lower minimum investment requirement, Vanguard offers this fund as an exchange-traded fund, ETF, which has many similar characteristics. The ETF version is called the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, VYM. Number 2. The Vanguard Dividend Appreciation Index Admiral Shares, VBIGX. The VBIGX is an index fund, which attempts to replicate the performance of the benchmark NASDAQ US Dividend Achievers Select Index. This unique index consists of stocks that have been increasing their dividend payouts over time. Being an index fund, VBIGX replicates the benchmark stock constituents in the same proportion. This fund is also a consistent payer of quarterly dividends since its inception date of December 19, 2013. The VBIGX also has one of the lowest expense ratios of 0.08%, as of May 27, 2022, and an SEC yield of 1.75%, as of May 31, 2022. The fund has a $3,000 minimum investment requirement. For investors looking for a lower minimum investment requirement, Vanguard offers this fund as an ETF, which has many similar characteristics. The ETF version is called the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF, VIG. Number 3. The Columbia Dividend Opportunity Fund, INUTX. Columbia's INUTX fund focuses on delivering dividends by investing in the stocks of companies that have historically paid consistent and increasing dividends. The fund offers a diversified portfolio of holdings that include common stocks, preferred stocks, and derivatives for both U.S. and foreign securities of various sized companies. The INUTX fund has an expense ratio of 1.06%, as of July 1, 2022, and an SEC yield of 2.18%, as of May 31, 2022. The fund's inception date was August 1, 1988, and also has a $2,000 minimum investment requirement. Number 4. The Vanguard Dividend Growth Fund, VBIGX. The Vanguard Dividend Growth Fund, VBIGX, primarily invests in a diversified portfolio of large cap and occasionally mid-cap US and global companies, which are undervalued relative to the market and have the potential for paying dividends regularly. The fund research attempts to identify companies that have high earnings growth potential leading to more income, as well as the willingness of company management to increase dividend payouts. The VBIGX has an expense ratio of 0.27% as of May 27, 2022, and an SEC yield of 1.38% as of May 31, 2022. The fund's inception date was May 15, 1992, and also has a $3,000 minimum investment requirement. Number 5. The T. Rowe Price Dividend Growth Fund, PRDGX. Based on the principle that increasing dividends over a period are positive indicators of a company's financial health and growth, PRDGX looks to invest in mostly stocks of large companies with some mid-sized companies mixed in. The fund seeks companies that have a strong track record of paying dividends or that are expected to increase their dividends over time. The PRDGX contains mostly stocks of large U.S. companies that pay quarterly dividends. The PRDGX has an expense ratio of 0.62% as of May 1, 2022. The fund's inception date was December 30, 1992, and has a $2,500 minimum initial investment requirement. Number 6. The Federated Strategic Value Dividend Fund, VAAX. For investors who are not satisfied with quarterly dividends, the VAAX from Federated offers monthly dividends. The fund's investment strategy includes generating income and long-term capital appreciation by focusing on higher dividend-paying stocks than that of the broader equity market. The fund also seeks out companies with dividend growth potential, and the fund is primarily benchmarked to the Dow Jones U.S. Select Dividend Index. The VAAX contains mostly stocks of large U.S. companies with some foreign securities. The VAAX has a net expense ratio of 1.06% as of December 31, 2022. And an SEC yield of 3.02% as of March 31, 2022. The fund's inception date was March 30, 2005, and has a $1,500 minimum initial investment requirement as of December 31, 2021. Number 7. The Vanguard Equity Income Fund Investor Shares, VBIGX. The VBIGX fund from Vanguard focuses primarily on established U.S. companies that are consistent dividend payers. The fund's holdings tend to be slow growth but high yield companies. As a result, the stock price gains may be limited when compared to other funds. This fund pays regular quarterly dividends and has an inception date of March 21, 1988. The VBIGX fund has an expense ratio of 0.28% as of January 31, 2022, and an SEC yield of 2.23% as of May 31, 2022. The VBIGX has a $3,000 minimum investment requirement as of July 1, 2022. Number 8. The Neuberger Berman Equity Income Fund, NBBX. The NBBX fund looks to earn dividend income and capital appreciation by investing in high dividend-paying equities that include common stocks, utilities, real estate investment trusts, REITs, convertible preferred stock, convertible securities such as bonds, and derivative instruments like call and put options. The fund's inception date was June 9, 2008, and has a $1,000 minimum initial investment requirement. It pays dividends with an SEC yield of 1.98% as of May 31, 2022, and has an expense ratio of 0.70% as of July 1, 2022. A company's dividend payments are typically paid from the company's retained earnings, which represent the saved profit from prior years. However, companies may be better off reinvesting the dividend money back in the business, leading to higher revenue and an appreciation of their stock prices. Also, dividend payments limit the reinvestment gains due to compounding. Investors looking for regular dividend income should weigh both the benefits of dividend income with the limitations before investing in high dividend-paying mutual funds. Please be aware that any fund that makes investments in stocks, bonds, or other securities may experience gains or losses as a result of changes in the value of its holdings. Which of these mutual funds that pay dividends would you like to add to your investment portfolio? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for weekly videos on the best stocks to buy, investing strategies and much more. Thank you for watching.